Hi, I'm back, and it's like one of my favorite videos to make. So there are many unanswered questions at the end of season 8 for When Calls the Heart. And I have some predictions. In the last video I did, I had different predictions about Allie and who would be like a mother figure to her and the different storylines it could lead to. But my favorite part of doing that was all the interaction from all of you. So please be kind and nice, make your comments, and I love having the dialogue because it makes us feel connected. And of course, you know, I am still missing and going through withdrawal. I say this every time. You're probably tired of hearing me say it. So I do this because I can't wait. I know I'm like obsessed, I think, until, you know, February. So anyway, let's start with the first unanswered question. What was in the box? What is in the gift, or what is the gift that Lucas gave to Allie for when she was getting adopted? So me thinking, Lucas has connections in the publishing world. He loves books. He's good at choosing books for people. I'm thinking maybe it's a book. So let me just show you the clip real quick.
There it is, the unwrapped present.
Okay, so I'm thinking it might be because during that time, there was a very popular book, Anne of Green Gables, which was published in 1908. The story takes place right now about One Calls the Heart's taking place around 1918. So I'm thinking it's probably pretty popular. It's about a spicy girl just like Allie, how she goes through the adoption process, has love and acceptance, builds confidence. She gets into trouble and has adventures just like Allie. And I'm thinking maybe that would be a cool book for her to, you know, to identify with. Then I was thinking maybe it's a picture frame. So check out these two little quick snapshots I took. I'll show you real quick.
If you pay attention to the background of both of these clips, you're going to see that Lucas's office is decorated with many different photographs.
So they introduced Lucas's office this season, and you can see it's filled with pictures. So I'm thinking he loves taking pictures. He likes to, like, you know, capture the moment in time forever. So maybe he gave a picture frame to Allie so that she could put a picture of her and Nathan in it to capture that moment. I'm not sure, but those are my predictions. But I have so many predictions about that whole relationship with Lucas and Allie and Nathan and Elizabeth, but that's a whole other video. I know I said that before, but that'll come later. Anyway, that's one of the unanswered questions. What do you think? What do you think is in the box, and will we ever find out in the next season? Who knows? Okay, so now my second prediction goes with the unanswered question of where did Henry go? So I listen to a lot of different podcasts, and I like to research. And Brian Bird, he was on a podcast just the other day talking with Dr. Green, and they were discussing the show and the question of, will Abigail be coming back? And Brian Bird said he would love for the character of Abigail to come back. That's why they keep her, you know, threaded through the storyline, because she's an integral part. But he said he's only one of many. He didn't really get into it, but it sounded like there were some serious legal issues that I think are even out of the showrunner's hands, and it's more about with the country and the passport and getting to work in Canada. But he said, you know, you never close that door. She is, even though Abigail's not there, her spirit is, like, he didn't use the word spirit, but her character is an important part of the show. So I think Henry, you know, he really had an awakening in this season, and he was coming to terms with a lot of things, trying to be a better man. And that started back when Abigail had faith in him, and he even said that. And I could see a little bit of that stewing in a relationship, you know, back in season 5 and 6. So, or anyway, I'm thinking he went for a visit, and we know that they correspond together because Ned and Henry talked about it. And Martin Cummins, who is the actor, he's on another show, Riverdale, and often you will see that his character in When Calls the Heart is not always there. Like, he'll be away for a certain reason, like when he was in jail or he went to go visit family and he comes back, and that's because they have that flexibility with being on another show, just as Kevin McGarry is on another show too, Kevin. So anyway, Martin Cummins, I feel like, is coming back. And I feel like, you know, he'll talk about what, you know, he visited Abigail. Maybe he'll have a new, fresh perspective on whatever. And that door will still be open that she gets to come back. But as for now, I really don't think we'll see her in season 8. But I do think that Henry will be returning. And hopefully he'll return with his son. And I love the character of the niece. And I hope she gets to come back too, even if it's just for some guest episodes. She was fun and interesting. So anyway, that is my thoughts. What are your thoughts on that unanswered question? Put them in the comments too. All right, now we're at number 3, the unanswered question of just who gave Fiona the money for the pipeline. So at first there were some unanswered questions as to what Mike was doing with this, like his ideas. And here apparently he wants to have a pipeline go through, you know, the oil well down to the railroad, which was very common. And I'll talk more about that in another video about the changes that might be coming to Hope Valley. But you need, you know, a lot of investment. So there's a part, and I'll show you right here.
So I'll drive.
Oh, wait. You haven't told me your news.
I spoke with an old friend back home who's willing to put up half the money to finance the oil pipeline.
That's fantastic.
Should we get going?
Lead the way.
Where Fiona says that she made a phone call and it's an old friend that's going to help her out. So I'm thinking, is the old friend the fiance that she at one time had, or is it just somebody totally different? And I'm wondering if it's an actor that we know about and if we'll get to see that actor. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there was an interview that Paul Green does interviews with the different actors. And one way or another, they're always connected to him. He's either been in a movie with them or they're on the show. And there was a conversation he had with Ryan Pavey, and I feel like Ryan Pavey, he said he made it out to be that he was excited about something that was coming up, and it was more than just a movie. I felt like maybe it was a series that he'd be involved in, and I was thinking, could it be that he was doing a chemistry test and seeing if he would be used as a character on When Calls the Heart? Maybe he'll come and he'll be that friend from, you know, California, and somehow be like, you know, interacting with the rest of the characters, maybe about the changes, and have something to do with Fiona. Those are just my thoughts. I feel like it's not just going to be Fiona saying, oh, she's gotten this money. I feel like we're going to be introduced to who gave her the money. I mean, after all, it's a lot of money. And I'm excited to see where that goes, right? I'm really excited for that. I'm not quite sure if she and Mike will get together. Who knows? But my unanswered question is, who is it? Who's the investor with all the cash for the pipeline with Mike and Fiona? What do you think? Okay, and for my last unanswered question is, did Carson really go? Now, the actor, Paul, he was interviewing Chris McNally, and they talked a little bit like about that. And he's like, you know, they have to build drama. This show is about drama. It's what gives you ratings. It's what gets you coming back to see it. And I agree. And Carson was, Paul Green was like, oh yeah, I haven't talked to the writers. I haven't heard. And I'm thinking, no. If you were leaving the show and it was not by your choice, you would know. You wouldn't be lingering in limbo unless it was his choice to leave and he was asked not to say anything. That's a different story. But I don't think that Carson left. I have a couple of theories about that. One of the theories is the whole stagecoach scene was a little weird to me. We don't actually see him get on the stagecoach, and we don't see him inside the stagecoach. And if you notice, everybody that gets on that stagecoach, we see them hanging in it or out it or see them getting in it. Even characters that aren't big characters. So I'm going to show you 2 examples right here of a character that was leaving, who was a minor character that was just there for a few episodes, Lee's sister. And then, of course, at the end, we see Clara and Jesse leaving. So watch.
Oh, and tell your kids they're about to meet the best aunt in the whole world. It's true.
And then you have Clara and Jesse leaving in the stagecoach on their second honeymoon. They're actually inside of it, waving, hanging out.
So as you see, it's a little weird because this is how Carson left. Look at Carson leaving. So I feel like when he saw that ring and he looked at it and he was like, the brass ring, I feel like he thought it was out of his grasp, but there it was. He had it. And then his reaction when he came out of the infirmary with Faith and he saw everyone there, he's like, did you do this? And she goes, no, this is how much you mean to everybody and how much they care about you. So I'm thinking in his head, he's going to make some changes. I'm hoping that he went and hid inside. He went into the cafe, maybe as a surprise somewhere. I don't know, but I don't feel like he left. But let's say I'm incorrect and he really was in that stagecoach and he did take off. I'm wondering if he'll be back. Maybe he has something special like the actor does for Henry. Maybe he's off doing something like that. I don't think it's permanent. And then the other thing I was thinking too is Brian Bird was talking about, he was very excited that he has a new show that he wrote and it has been bought. And now they can't say anything yet, and they're getting all, the bells and whistles put together. He said this in the podcast the other day with Dr. Green. And I was thinking, maybe is it a spin-off show and Carson Green's in it? I don't know. It could be something totally different, but those are just predictions that I have. My main prediction is that Carson, the character, is not gone. I really just don't feel like that's what it is. I could be totally wrong about all of them. We won't know until season 9 begins. And by the way, they are about to start in about 6 weeks when this airs. 6 weeks, and they will start their they're getting prepped right now, and then filming will start. And he said last year they went 78 days worth of filming, and they never had one case of COVID, which was nice. So I have a prediction about that. I think they're going to have at least another 78 days and no one's going to be sick again. And I keep saying this, and I'm going to tell you this. I have a hashtag Rally for More Hope Valley. We need more than just 10 seasons and a Christmas show. We need 12, not seasons, I'm sorry, episodes. We need 12 episodes again, at least, and one for Christmas, so that's 13.
That's right. We want to rally for more Hope Valley. Use the hashtag.
They have so many stories to tell. Okay, thank you for tuning in. Leave your comments. If you don't agree with my predictions, that's okay. I'm no expert. You might have something and I'll be like, oh, I never thought of that. I welcome those, your predictions, and even if they're different than mine. But the only thing is we have to be nice to each other and kind to each other. So if we disagree, it's okay. It's a different perspective, but we don't need to go on and on and on. All right, you have a good day.